And we're back, everybody, to another episode of Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. I'm Taisa.
And hello, everyone. Kirbyvolt here.
We are heading our way to the casino. We just got information from Becky on where to go, and that's where we're heading, because we need to talk to the supposedly future Luke. We also ran...
found a parrot.
Yes, we almost befriended a parrot. But Luke is too scary, apparently. Look!
The most threatening person, Luke.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
I'm just sorry. I just wanted to juxtapose that sentence looking at Luke's face right now, and I'm like, that's not threatening.
He wouldn't hurt anybody.
Look, the fellow who was standing guard here is gone.
It seems Becky's guess was right on the money. Let's keep moving north.
Off we go, then.
Hi, lady.
Bye, lady. I'm sorry I thought you were a dude.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh.
Professor? Oh, it's just beautiful, Herschel.
Oh, do you really like it?
I don't just like it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Picking out the right gift can be
Oh my
quite
gosh,
the
a different
puzzle.
hat.
Lucky for me, every puzzle has an answer. Isn't that what you always say?
Yes, well.
Aww. Shy Layton.
I've been thinking,
Go on.
if I were to get the teaching job, then we... Well...
Oh.
I'm listening, Herschel.
Oh, I'll tell you later.
Come on now. Tell me more about these plans of yours.
No, it was nothing. Now let's eat before our food gets cold.
Hey, no fair changing the subject.
What are you talking about? I did nothing of the sort.
You most
Just tell her,
certainly did.
dude.
Right? Before you lose that opportunity.
Professor? Professor, is something the matter? You look dazed.
I just realized I just have pupils for eyes, Luke.
What?
I'm fine, Luke. My eyes seem to be playing tricks on me.
Are you sure about that? Does this have something to do with that lady who just walked by?
It's probably nothing. She just reminded me of someone I knew a long time ago.
If you say so.
Hint coin time.
Who's that guy in the really weird-looking hat?
We're about to find out.
And just... where do you think you two are going? We're on our way to meet someone at the Gilded Seven Casino. I see. Going to the casino to meet up with someone. Yes, that's not suspicious at all.
Psst! Professor, I think this guy's trying to intimidate us.
Quit to fall the whispering, boy. I'm right here, you know.
Oops! Sorry?
Excellent. Since you owned up to your rudeness, all is forgiven. That's a good boy. With all due respect, sir, would you please just let us pass? The hour grows late. But of course, my good man. That is, I will as soon as you solve your way through this puzzle of mine.
I don't like that guy.
Me neither. All three shapes here were created by rotating and shifting the same capital letter in front of a mirror. So what letter is it? Oh. Well. That's a really good question. What the heck?
D.
Huh?
I think it's D.
Sorry to say.
Probably wrong.
No,
Dang it.
I'm sorry to say it's wrong.
D for dang it.
The answer is P, apparently.
My answer rhymes.
Nice. Was that why you picked D?
No, it was because I legitimately thought it was D looking at everything.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
This one is a game of flipping this thing around.
Oh, that's
Or getting a mirror and actually putting a P there.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of time.
Yep, nope. I'm good.
Honey, why do you have earrings shaped like peas? Shut up, I gotta look in my mirror with them right now.
They just like the letter P, okay? They're on
There's
they
a Sesame
I
Street.
don't yeah, maybe they work at Sesame Street. Goodness.
Well done. You've proven yourself to me, so I provide you with a valuable yet cryptic warning. Danger lurks about that hat of yours. You'd best watch yourself around here.
Again with the hat.
Why is everyone so fixated on my hat? Do you know something or someone else with a hat like mine? If I told you, kill all of the suspense, wouldn't it? I'll leave that little mystery for you.
Okay, fine, don't tell us. Gosh.
Thanks for the cocoa, I guess.
Yum! God, I wish it was cold enough down here where I could enjoy the cocoa.
I just like the exchange led to cocoa, and I was, oh, okay, that had nothing to do with what we were just doing, but alright.
Wow, now that's a casino!
I think it's safe to say we found the Gilded Seven.
I can't wait to see what it looks like up close.
Luke, I don't think you're old enough to even be in a casino, but
Are we pretty close to it? We're pretty close. Also, it is perpetually nighttime here.
Yeah, apparently. And then there's a puzzle. There's a hidden puzzle here. Hello.
Professor, look here. I think I've stumbled upon a hidden puzzle.
Alright.
We're gonna have another puzzle jump here, number 144. Mr. 820.
Alright, Luke, here's the puzzle for you. What's the square root of 144?
Is that 12?
I believe so.
12? Oh my god.
believe
I
so.
had a moment where I'm like, is this a trick question or is this actual proper basic math? Oh my god. I was like, yes, this is 12. Why? God. One of 5 people shown below has a very... I would be so upset if I had that wrong because I knew the answer, but it was like, you asked it in a way where I thought it was a trick question. One of the 5 people...
Note to self, do not ask questions in Professor Layton voice. We'll trick people into thinking that the answer they have is probably wrong.
You probably could confuse so many people with it. Oh... Okay. One of the 5 people shown below has a very unique nickname, Mr. 820. Pretty weird, huh? Well, apparently everybody who sees this person and hears a nickname thinks it's just perfect. Well then, who is Mr. 820? Circle your answer, then tap submit. Oh boy. There are numbers on them.
Yep, I see an 8 on person D, and I technically also see a 20 on person D, but is person D a man?
I think that's a woman.
I mean, I'm not one to judge. They can be whatever they want to be, but I don't know for sure right now.
I mean, don't look at me either. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not D.
Okay. Who else has an 8? And oh, wait. A also has an 8 and a 20. He has an 8 on his shirt, and he is carrying some weird thing that looks like a 2 and a 0.
So I'm gonna say this right now. My assumption initially is wrong. There are no numbers that we're looking at.
Oh.
Player close attention to each face. Somebody looks like
E.
820.
E.
Yeah.
It's E.
Oh, I have to... Oh, do I... What, do I draw... Do I... Okay, I was like, do I circle the whole thing or just a letter? I don't know. What do you want from me, game?
I circled the whole sheet. Does that count?
Phew, that's a relief.
We did it!
I was so proud of myself. Like, I can see... Oh, no. It just wants us to be clocks.
Yep,
Fine,
apparently.
whatever.
I thought it was just looking for numbers, but no, we're looking for clock. I'm like, alright, cool.
That puzzle was a piece of cake.
Sure it was. Let's go in. Or let's not, because I think there's a puzzle here. Good evening, sir. Can I please see your membership card?
What membership card? And is that a hat, or is that your hair?
I think that's a hat, because I think you can see a little bit of his hair in the back. Well, a bit of shaved hair. It's like shaved hair just behind his like head, between his ear and the hat. Unless he like dyed one part of his hair yellow, I guess. The Gilded...
Past him.
Sorry. The Gilded Seven Casino is a haven for society's finest ladies and gentlemen to gather. We check membership cards upon entrance to ensure that less savory types are kept out.
This is certainly the first I've heard of that policy. I don't suppose you'd be willing to make an exception for us.
Your hat shows you to be a man of impeccable character. Well, you're the first to say something that's not negative. Now we just need to test your intellect. If you could solve this puzzle, I'll let you in without a card this once.
This fellow seems awfully focused on your hat as well.
Naturally. Is there a greater proof of one's gentlemanly nature than a fine top hat?
A game of cards.
I'm trying to think about Layton's statement right there, and I'm like, I wear headphones, and I can't really fit a top hat on that, so I guess I'm not a true gentleman. Sorry.
Well, there are headphones with cat ears on them. Clearly, they need to make a headphone set where there's a top hat attached to it. Because that'll look great. This is a photograph of two gentlemen playing a game of cards. Everybody who sees this photograph points to the same thing and says something like, someone has no idea what he's doing. So go to the part of the photograph these people are referring to.
Everything.
Like, what the...
I have no idea what I'm doing.
This is like a trick question, I swear to God. Also, like, that. That's apparently the answer.
But the person above him isn't even looking. Okay, sure. I'm not gonna question it. That's the answer. Whatever.
I mean, you want to... might as well just read what the hell this... What the hell?
Well, that's...
It has to do what's in his hand?
Okay, what does it say? The number are usually printed on the top left and bottom right corners of playing cards. The gentleman wearing the orange hat is holding his cards in such a way that he can't see what 3 of his cards actually are. This is dumb.
Oh. So he's an idiot.
Yes, but also this puzzle's dumb.
Don't worry, I am also an idiot.
Expertly solved, sir. You've certainly earned the right to enjoy our exclusive facilities. Welcome to the Gilded Seven.
Thank you, sir. That puzzle was quite bunk.
Just look at these fountains and the floors. This place must have cost a fortune to build.
Which makes me
Is
sit...
Luke allowed in here?
Huh? I know, I'm still wondering about that.
I know you're excited, Luke, but do try to keep your voice down.
Sorry, Professor. This place is just so impressive.
Is this like the first time you walked into a casino at all?
I mean, he's a kid.
Yeah. That's why
Oh, sorry.
That's why I was sitting here thinking like, well, yeah, this is the first time, right? Like, you've never been in another casino before, right?
Also, I just want to point out, I have no idea what Layton's wearing for shoes, but it looks like he has this, like, really nice attire, and then he's, like, sneakers.
I guess...
But then again, the shoes on a lot of people look really weird.
I think they're dress shoes, but yeah, they are just... They're very simplistic.
I understand the feeling. It's also quite large. Finding your future self in here may prove a challenge.
Or he just shows up himself. There he is.
So you're...
He's the future me?
It's good to finally meet you, Professor. Or rather, I suppose I should say it's nice to see you again. It's me, Luke Triton.
He's an imposter. He's sus.
He's very sus. He has 2 bangs. Luke only has 1.
He's my favorite character. He's also
Luke?
my favorite.
Oh.
Future Luke is my favorite character.
But I like
Hi,
regular
Professor.
Luke.
Oh, you're talking to him.
Well, this is gonna be very
I like Luke. I like original Luke.
No,
Original
no,
Luke
I
is
mean,
precious
like-
baby.
I mean, like, the encompassing the entire Layton franchise. This is my favorite character.
Oh, okay, okay.
This is going to take some getting used to.
I can't believe how small I used to be.
I'm not that small.
So tell me, why exactly did you go through such pains to bring us here?
I'll be happy to tell you in just a moment. But before that, I'd just like to verify that I'm dealing with the real
Oh my
Professor
goodness
Layton.
gracious.
More puzzles?
Who else would I be?
Allow me
Asking
to
the real
explain.
questions here.
In my London, it's rare to find someone who doesn't know the name Herschel Layton. In fact, many imposters have come forth recently claiming to be him.
Are you saying you think the Professor is a fraud?
Professor, if you think back on our adventures together, you may recall a man named Don Paolo. As you know, he was a master of disguise. How do I know the man before me now isn't Don Paolo in another of his costumes?
You know, that's a valid concern.
Now that's just rubbish, and you know it.
Surprise, players, you weren't playing as Layton this whole time.
Is it now? He's tricked us before. Who's to say he couldn't do it again?
Very well, I'll play along. How do you propose I prove my identity?
Layton's just like,
Well, you go to med bay and do a med
It's quite
scan.
simple, really. Professor, I challenge you to a battle of wits.
okay. Oh, right, this music track.
What exactly do you have in mind?
As a cautious man, I'm sure you have questions about my identity as well. So that we may each prove our identities, I propose we demonstrate our respective intellects. I've prepared a puzzle that can only be solved by someone as insightful as the professor. Should you find the solution, I'll give you a chance to present me with a similar challenge. If I am who I say I am, I should have no trouble solving whatever you throw my way, should I? Let's get started. Before us are 4 cards arranged according to a set of conditions. Here they are. First, a heart is next to a diamond. Second, a club is not next to a spade. Finally, a heart is directly to the right of a club. Using just these 3 conditions, I challenge you to find the spade amongst these 4 cards.
Okay, good. I was like, they're not going to give us the... I thought they want us to write down the hints, so it's like, no.
No,
don't do
they
that.
gave it to you.
Okay. Club's not next to a spade. A heart is immediately following the club. This is where I would actually randomly guess.
Alright, I got you. I got you, don't worry. The guides got us. We got this. Yes, placing the spade there results in the correct answer. Impressive, Professor.
I just pointed at that card because you seemed very particular about it. Thank you. Now if I may present to you with a puzzle of my own design.
Nothing would make me happier.
Good. I enjoy the idea behind your puzzle, so if you don't mind, I'd like to do something similar. Here are the conditions for my 4 cards. A club sits directly to the right of a heart. A diamond is the far left or right card and has a heart next to it. Finally, a club is also to the far left or right card. Using these conditions, I challenge you to find the spade.
Future Luke has to solve this. We don't need to find it. This is Future Luke's problem.
Yeah, I don't think I need to... Yeah, he's doing it himself.
Okay.
I was like, why am I solving for future Luke here? Like, wait a minute. No, I think he's doing it himself. You almost had me there, Professor. But as you know, this puzzle is flawed. It's unsolvable.
Is that so?
Yes, I tried several solutions, but none worked given the conditions you set forth.
Oh, really? I think you just pointed to a random card. Tell me, did I overstate the 4 cards on the table contain 1 suit from each suit? Or 1 card from each suit?
1 suit from each suit? We're very good at being gentlemen. Huh. So are you saying that there is no spade? Oh, you little bastard!
Precisely. This was a trick question, but it makes the pertinent point. In the puzzle you issued me, you failed to specify that the 4 cards included 1 from each suit. When you leave in a loophole like that, it can make the puzzle unsolvable. The same omission can also open the door to alternate solutions. You intentionally presented me with a puzzle that, when examined closely, is actually incomplete. The real test you set out for me was seeing if I'd catch on, was it not?
This is so big brain.
Galaxy brain.
Jesus.
Seems you're the genuine article, Professor.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
I'm glad to see that I've finally convinced you.
To be honest, I was convinced from the beginning.
Oh,
I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to pit myself against my mentor in a battle of wits.
That sounds like a Luke thing, to be honest.
I'm flattered, I suppose.
Out with it already. Why did you call us here?
And then the voice... God, every time. There are too many eyes on us here. There's a supply room in the back where we can talk. Follow me. Hey, we solved the future Luke. The young man calling himself Luke Triton turns out to be an older Luke from 10 years in the future. He wrote to his mentor and friend to request help.
Does
All
that
right.
solve the strange letter?
I guess we didn't solve the strange letter. Question
Okay.
mark?
That's weird, because what's the letter from future Luke?
Yeah, I don't know why that wasn't plopped up. Anyway. Professor Layton, Luke, welcome to the London of the future.
We've already been quite acquainted.
Still not convinced. You met with Dr. Schrader, didn't you? What did you think after seeing him? I'm sure you noticed the toll that time has taken on the good doctor.
Yes, that seemed to be the case.
And what of fair London herself? You've walked around enough now to see how it's transformed. Can you imagine a 24-hour casino in this sleepy part of town 10 years ago? Everything's changed so much! What happened to the city? A genius appeared. An evil genius who turned the city on its ear. Oh, I know where this is going. Don Paulo took over the city, didn't he?
How?
I know, right? Don Paulo? Oh no, I'm talking about a truly brilliant man. Someone the 3 of us all know quite well.
Oh, I want the picture of Don Paulo to turn to a frowny face the moment he said not him.
Right? Well, if it's not Don Paulo, then who is it? What do you think, Professor?
I'm not sure.
I think he does know. I thought you'd say that.
He's goading future Luke.
Who is it? I've got to know. His name is Herschel Layton. That evil genius is you, Professor.
What? Nani?
I was afraid you'd say that.
That can't possibly be right.
I'm sad to say that there's no mistake here. They call him the Devil in the top hat, and he rules London from the shadows. This is common knowledge to everyone in London.
But what scared people?
Yeah! The city of future London is under the control of an evil Layton, who is using the family to enforce his authority. This is very un-Layton-like, let me just tell you. Everything else was very convincing up until evil Layton.
Yeah, like, literally, and then it's like, okay, nope, everything falls apart with that bit
Yeah,
of information.
I'm sorry, future Luke. No. I mean, an evil Layton can exist, but I can't imagine evil Layton doing this. The sight of the professor, who looks the same as his future self, is enough to spark fear in the townspeople. Honestly, if it was an evil Layton, he would force everyone to make puzzles.
Yeah.
And then, like, execute any of them that he, you know, all the people, like, that he solved puzzles for, and be like, nah, this puzzle's lame, get out of here.
I don't think he'd execute them per se, he'd just be like,
Back to the puzzle dungeon with you. Tell me more, Luke.
What if, like, evil Luke would have puzzles for everything, where, like, basically, if you want to eat, you have to solve a puzzle or something like that? Oh my god.
I mean, that's just called using the oven or the microwave.
More? I don't know any more than you do, Professor.
No, sorry. I'm referring to the other Luke. Goodness, this is getting rather complicated, isn't it? Tell me, Luke, how do I rise to rule over all of London? Explain my rise to power.
Where to begin? Here, Professor. Surely you remember this.
Of course! This is an article about the accident that happened just the other day.
Yes, to you two. I suppose it was just the other day. However, here it's been a full 10 years since that fateful day.
Whoa!
It was a dark period for London. You see, the Prime Minister vanished, leaving Parliament in utter chaos.
Yeah, everyone in Parliament is in a state of panic. In our time, I mean.
Professor, you yourself witnessed the accident that changed London forever. The demonstration was a total failure.
Yes, both the Prime Minister and that scientist.
You mean Dr. Stangun?
Yes, that's right. Also, I had no idea that our government was so wishy-washy that I could just waltz on in the moment our Prime Minister was gone. Several people, including those two, disappeared in the blast. It seems likely the force of the explosion killed them.
Didn't the paper say that a few of Dr. Stangun's assistants vanished in the blast as well?
That's the story in the papers. But what would you say if I told you Stangun was still alive?
I'd say it's impossible.
I'd say the Prime Minister's still alive then, too.
Yeah. Well, then you'd be wrong. Dr. Stangun escaped the blast, but he decided to go into hiding to avoid fallout from the experiment.
Well, the man was responsible for the loss of our national leader.
Desperate for a place to lay low, the doctor was given shelter from an unlikely person. You, Professor.
Me? Why would I aid a man responsible for this pandemonium?
My question exactly.
Evil Layton. I can't.
In the months that followed the explosion, you slowly grew distant from me. Before long, you began fraternizing with key figures of the criminal underworld.
The Professor? Never!
You're missing steps B and C here. You went from step A to step D. I
Right?
don't know how you got to step D.
God. Don't be so sure. Time has a way of changing people, Luke. It was clear that something about Stangun's research captivated you, Professor. You couldn't stop talking about time travel. You seemed possessed by the idea of changing the past.
changing the past.
Dr. Stangun was very interested in continuing his research, but he needed financial backing to do it. So you used your superior intellect to assume control of London's underworld. Okay.
No way!
Of course, there were those who tried to stop you, but no one was a match for your smarts.
They came with weapons and everything, but no, you just said, here's a puzzle, and they gave up.
I mean, even without the puzzle aspect of it, Layton is a good fencer, and apparently,
Okay.
as far as I'm aware, he is OP because, you know, he's perfect. So I'm going to assume he just knocks them off of their butts, just fencing them. Anyway, before long, you were raking in the pounds from all sorts of dirty business. With all the funding he needed, it wasn't long before Stangun completed his work.
Completed it, you say?
That's right. He built the time machine in the Midland Road clock shop. Though I suppose completed is an odd choice of words, as the machine is far from complete.
How so? We ended up here in the future, did we not?
It doesn't allow users to select their destination, nor where they will reappear in the flow of time. It simply opens a hole of sorts in between two areas of time.
You mean a wormhole?
Precisely. And by sheer chance, the machine opened a wormhole in the clock shop that spans the 10 years between our two times. This gives us the ability to move back and forth between your present and mine.
So, you used the wormhole to get the message to us and to bring us here.
I was gonna say, why don't you just go actually see him in person, but maybe that's just harder to explain, question mark? I don't know.
I'm Luke from the future. No, you're not. Go away.
But one thing is bothering me. This wormhole was obviously very important to my future self. Surely the Layton of this era must keep a close eye on the place. How did you gain access to it?
I'll get to that, but right now there's more pressing business I'd like to attend to.
No, answer my question.
No, another time.
Go on then, tell us why you called us here.
Always one step ahead of me. You haven't lost your touch, Professor. I wish to enlist your help in stopping the future Herschel Layton.
You want me to stop myself?
Even as we speak, future Layton is racing to complete a fully operational time machine. He's been ducking back into the past to gather every bright scientist working in time travel.
But why bother going back through time to find scientists? There must be plenty here.
Actually, many of the experts in the field were lost when Stangun's demonstration went awry. Therefore, Layton had no choice but to travel back to before the blast in order to gather talent.
Okay, sorry, but the story's just not adding up to me.
Trust me, I was feeling that way too.
Okay.
But I now hear the rest of it. I do kind of get where he's getting this story, and you'll find out later as we go.
Okay.
Like, I can see the reasoning where he gets this idea. It's a little shoddy in some places, but I can kind of get it. Things are bad already.
Okay.
But if Layton manages to build a working time machine, there's no telling what could happen. Someone has to stop him from completing his scheme, but the only person up to the challenge
Is me. Is that what you are going to say, isn't it?
Exactly. We have to fight fire with fire. No one else stands a chance against him.
But how? I'm unfamiliar with my current surroundings, and I have no clue where to find the man.
That's one obstacle we'll have to overcome together. Layton's actions are shrouded in secrecy, but his base of operations is well known. We can start our search for him there.
You mean this casino is in the future professor's headquarters?
No, this facility is just one of the many ways he makes money. His actual headquarters is in the heart of Chinatown.
Let's visit the place and see if we can't learn something more. Just so you know, Luke, there's still quite a bit I find dubious about this situation.
Yeah.
Much is still unclear, but the only way to get to the bottom of this is to meet that man claiming to be me.
Somehow, I figured my brief explanation wouldn't be enough to convince you, Professor.
Don't forget me! I'm coming too!
Of course you are. If I can't count on myself for help, who can I count on?
Thinking about what you just said makes me feel kind of dizzy.
Well, I hope you get used to it soon. I'm gonna need your help getting to the bottom of all this. Oh yes, there was one more interesting fact you should know about, Professor.
Yes?
There's no record of a scientist matching Dr. Stangun's name and description. The name's a fake.
Really now?
Wherever he was, he made an effort to hide his real identity from the people at the demonstration.
Now that you mention it, few people at demonstrations seem to know the man. What would motivate Stangun to use a false name? Just what was he planning?
Another interesting question we'll hopefully answer along the way.
It doesn't make any sense.
What are you thinking, Professor?
We can talk more as we go. For now, we need to head back to Flatstone Street. Is there a cutscene here or no?
I'm glad I went to the casino for no reason. Oh, we got 2 new mysteries. Oh boy.
Okay, well, let's go. I'm gonna start the top, and then you can just do the entire bottom row.
You got it.
There we go, we solved the letter from the future. A grown-up Luke used a time machine to send the letter back 10 years in time. In the letter, this Luke requests the professor's help in rescuing future London from chaos.
Family. These shady creatures.
Creatures. Halloween was yesterday. Halloween was yesterday.
These shady characters are members of a gang called the Family that's led by the future Professor Layton. Future Professor Herschel Layton. The future Herschel Layton is a crime lord who terrorizes London with his gang of thugs, known and feared by Londoners as the Devil in the Top Hat. How could this model English gentleman have turned into such a monster? You know, by just sneering his nose a little bit.
No, that was an evil... There's concept art in Professor Layton vs. Ace Attorney, the art book. There were drawings of an evil, for Phoenix Wright. I'm trying to remember if there was a drawing of an evil Luke in there, but I'll have to look at Layton in there, but I'll have to look at it later.
The evil Layton they show us is just Layton making a really dumb pose.
Right? I'm evil now with my smug face and lifting my collar. Anyway.
Who is Dr. Sungun? Dr. Sungun is the scientist who unveiled the time machine, but no records exist of the scientist by that name. He must be using an alias to hide his real identity. So, who is he?
A real questioner.
Dun dun dun.
Do I need to do anything? Okay, I think that's a good stopping point. That's unfortunate because we're about to get to the slot machine gun. It's right around the corner, but we're gonna stop here. I think that's a good spot. So we've now met future Luke, and now we have some stuff to investigate, even though his story is a little, it's kind of weird in some places. It's kind of hard to imagine Layton doing certain things, but we'll find out as we go, I guess.
But hey, future Luke joined our party.
Yay! Trying to remember if they actually came up with a nickname for him, just because, like, saying Luke, and then
Fluke.
they both answer. Yeah, the fan name is Fluke, but like,
I'm glad I came to that conclusion without knowing that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure people called him Fluke, for a while. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and save the game, and we'll check back in the next video. We'll see you guys later.
Ciao.